Albert here with Mainland Cycle Center. Today I want to show you a 2016 Kawasaki Z800. So brand new bike from Kawasaki here in the United States, the Z800. These were actually introduced last year as a 2015 model, but we never took delivery of any 2015 model Z800s. And so anyway, it's the first one we've gotten. This is a 16. And I got to tell you, when I first heard that Kawasaki was going to do this bike, I really was not very excited, just because we've had Z7Ss and Z7s in the past, ZR7s that just didn't do all that well. But I really think this bike is a little different breed, and I really think this bike is much better than those bikes were. First of all, let's talk about the price point on these. These are MSRP $83.99. Now the biggest competitors to this bike are going to be the Yamaha FZ09 and the Suzuki GSX S750. The Yamaha is a 3-cylinder 900. It's actually 843 cc's, I believe, and this one is 806 cc's, I think. So that's a difference of less than 40 cc's. And plus, with this bike, when you compare it to the Yamaha, you're getting a 4-cylinder as opposed to the 3-cylinder. Now, I understand that there is some charm to a 3-cylinder bike, a little more vibration, and the 3-cylinder bikes are very torquey, and I get that. There's a certain charm to the 3-cylinder bike, but it's hard to beat a 4-cylinder motorcycle. These bikes, just really the way they accelerate and the smoothness of them, is just hard to beat. So even though this is called an 800 and the Yamaha is called a 900, there's really less than 40 cc's difference, plus you're getting an extra cylinder here. The Suzuki is 750, I think it's 740 something cc's, and it is a 4-cylinder. Now the Suzuki and the Yamaha both do not have ABS brakes. The Kawasaki does. Now the Yamaha sells for about $8,200 and the Suzuki sells for about $8,079.99. So for $400 more, you're getting ABS, plus I think more motor than both bikes, both the Yamaha and the Suzuki for sure. Getting more motor in both 4-cylinders, but all very similar, and that's why we're talking about those bikes, because they're all very similar. So 4-piston calipers from Nissan. So you know, when we talked about some of the other bikes we've sold in the past that were in this class, those bikes, a lot of them had 2-piston calipers. Kawasaki did it right with the 4-piston calipers. The Kawasaki has the pedal style rotors, and they're floating rotors. No, the Yamaha does not have that. These are also a little bit bigger than the rotors on the Yamaha. It does have the dual headlights, halogens with the low and high beams. It does have the inverted front forks. All three bikes, the Suzuki, the Yamaha, and the Kawasaki, have the same size tires. And the suspension is all very similar as far as what you're getting. The Kawasaki has the LED rear tail light. It makes a cool Z pattern on the tail light. I don't know if you can see it, how it'll show up on there, but that's pretty cool looking. Those Z's on the tail light. Has these nice Z graphics. The Z's on the seat upholstery, which is, like I said, it's nice. It's extra touches for this kind of money. You don't always get some of that detail that we're seeing with this bike. I think that the Z800, excuse me, has some of the most beautiful headers I've seen on any production bike in quite a long time. Just beautiful. First thing I saw this bike, I said, man, those headers are just sexy. They are very beautiful. The seating position on this bike, I drove this bike down the street. The seating position is just slightly forward, and it's really comfortable, nice sport feel. The seat's pretty thick. I didn't ride it far enough to give the seat a real good test for sure, but the seating position was really good. I got it up to about 80 miles an hour. The wind protection was really good. It's a kind of cool, crisp day. I didn't have a jacket on or anything, but the wind wasn't an issue at all. So the bike, just the design of the bike, the front little bit of fairing that it has, everything does a good job of deflecting that wind. Didn't get a lot of turbulence back there. Instrumentation is all digital. And so you've got the tach right here. We'll crank it up in just a minute. Let's look at that. This is the speedometer and this odometer. The glare is just killing us here. See if we can get a little better shot of that maybe. But and then over here you got temperature, odometer, clock. Let's see what else is. Fuel gauge, miles per gallon, fuel economy, average miles per gallon, fuel range. And all that good stuff. So a few different things. Trip meters A, trip meter B. The odometer, this bike's just got 4 miles on now. I think everybody took a turn taking it down the street just to get a feel for it, because it's a new bike and we're motorcycle guys. Let's crank it up. Fuel injected, of course. Single muffler on this side. Has 2 outlets on it. Really looks pretty cool. See how that tach works there. But all in all, I am really just digging this bike. I think just really the numbers on it are fantastic. The last spec we talk about is the gas tank capacity. This one is right at 4.5 gallons. The Suzuki also is at about 4.5 gallons. Interestingly enough, the Yamaha was at, I think, 3.8. So about 3/4 of a more gallon capacity on the gas tank on the Kawasaki and the Suzuki than the Yamaha. But just really liking this bike. It has this cast piece right here on the motor. Almost acts a little bit like a frame slider, would give you a little bit of protection there. This piece is plastic, but here this piece is cast aluminum. And I can see where it'd be real easy for someone to make a little slider that put on there. It came out just a little bit further, give you a little more protection if you were to fall over. But just a great looking bike. The power on it felt real good. Again, it's not broken in yet. We didn't run it real hard or anything, but it felt real smooth, real linear, and just really good, really awesome. All right, well, that's a look at the 2016 Kawasaki Z800. All right, we are Mainland Cycle Center. We're located in Marque, Texas. We're about 30 minutes south of downtown Houston, just off of I-45. You can find us online at mainlandcyclecenter.com, by phone at 409-948-4969, and we would just love it if you give us a call, shoot us an email, or even better, come by and see us in person here at Mainland Cycle Center, where we'd love to help any way that we can. Hey, thanks for watching.